Bhagavatam. This is Canto 5 and we are doing chapter 5. Now in this chapter we had completed till verse 12. A small recap of what has happened so far. King Rsibhdev one day decides to go to Mandara mountains and to see his children who are doing tapasya over there. Remember, he has got 100 children, 100 sons, and those sons are on the path of spiritual. And they have been sitting there on the mountainside and learning spirituality. So the king says that I should go over there and give them a small understanding of the subject. So he goes over there and talks to them about spirituality, how one can become enlightened on the path of spiritual, and what are the methods, how they can achieve it. Though the sons know about it, but this is a general idea of telling them how they can achieve their objective. So in the last verse he said, through proper studies of scriptures dealing with Atma, by living in seclusion, through control of breath, senses, organ and mind, through absolute faith in the truth, that is the saintly people as well as the scriptures, through observances of strict celibacy, through eternal vigilance in performance of their sacred duties, through control of speech. So he had given some idea to them, and this is what he had said. Whenever you are wanting to achieve this objective of the spiritual wheel, the path forward is through learning scriptures through a master. Living alone, not with people around, you have to perform pranayama and various other prescribed kind of duties. You got to have absolute truth for the spiritual and the master. So absolute truth, faith in the truth of scriptures and saintly people, strict celibacy. Whenever you are doing these scriptures, it is important to be a celibate during that time. That means don't indulge in any activities. And you have to keep vigilance over what your mind is thinking. Constantly it is thinking. Perform all kinds of sacred duties and control the speech. So keep your mouth shut. So we will begin today's satsang with verse 13 onwards. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam. This is Canto 5, Chapter 5, verse 13. Through clear-sightedness, realizing my presence everywhere, through wisdom illumined with shastric knowledge and experience, by means of deep concentration, a clever man endowed with courage, perseverance and discrimination should strive to get rid of the subtle body, the limiting conditions also known as ego or ahankara. See, while you are in seclusion, while you are reading the scriptures, while you are performing all the other actions like pranayama, yoga and all those kind of things, doing meditation, the most important aspect of continuing on this journey of spirituality is to overcome these two bodies. One is the gross body and the second one is called the subtle body. See, when the gross body is something you are trying to control through yogic methods, the subtle body, which comprises of the mind and the intellect and all, that needs to be controlled through pranayama and various other actions. Now, if you can control your subtle body, then all the karma associated with these bodies gets removed. So if you were to overcome your subtle body, then all karmas associated from all your lifetimes gets removed, completely dispelled. I hope you get this point, because we carry karma in our subtle bodies. When we transfer our body from one place to the other, to the other, to the other. So it means that when you die from this body, you are going to enter another body, and then you will die in that body, and then enter another body. So every time you get rebirth, you are transferring your one subtle body into all these different ones. I hope you get that. This subtle body, which is the cause of your ego or ahamkara. The ego rises because of this subtle body. The acceptance that I am this person, I am this body. It happens in the mind, isn't it? And your intellect says that this is your body, take care of it. It is very simple to understand how your intellect also deludes you. The intellect is going to tell you that you have a family, you have a body, you have a place, you have this house, you have these possessions. They all belong to you. This is what the subtle body tells you constantly. And the idea called ahankara, which means the ego, comes in you, which tells you constantly, you are the owner. This is your son. This is your daughter. This is your mother. This is your father. I. Did you see the I coming in the picture? This ahankara is so strong and connected to the subtle body, keeps you trapped in that body forever if you do not make efforts to get out of it. Simply understand this subtle body of yours, which is just now, which you are having, it tells you that you have a parents. It tells you you have spouse. It tells you have children. It tells you that you are staying in some place. You have a house, a possession. All these things, this body tells you. And when this body tells you, you start believing in it. You die in a few years or some time. And then what happens? You go into another body. Your same subtle body gets transferred into another body. Now imagine today you are born here in India, and tomorrow you are born in Africa. Day after tomorrow you are born in the Arctic or Antarctica. What body have you got? Maybe your body has changed. Do you have a set of parents over there? Yes. When you grow up, do you have set up, your own relatives like your brothers, sisters, or whoever? Yes. Correct? And then do you have a property there? Maybe you start owning something over there? Yes. Now I want you to think about this. In this body of yours just now, you have a wife over here, you died, and now you have got another body in another country. You have a parents over there which are no way connected to these parents of yours. Okay? How can you then accept that these parents are your permanent ones and that the parents are responsible for the birth? You have a wife in this body or a husband. Now you get a new body. There you have another wife or another husband. So which is your original husband or your wife? And there you have some children, here you have some children. So which are your original children? Think like this. And now in your previous life, you may be an animal, or maybe a monkey. As a monkey, you had a mother and a father also. All right? And then you were living in some jungle somewhere, or maybe in a zoo or some place. There you also had a girlfriend or a boyfriend or something like that, a monkey. And then you had children with that monkey. Huh? So are those your children, the monkey children? Or this life you have these children are your children? Or in the next life when you're going to have another children? And then I said you may be born in Antarctica. Maybe as a penguin. Or maybe as a fish. Fish is not going to have human parents, no? Fish is not going to have a human wife or a husband. A fish is not going to have human children. This ego, which is connected to this body of yours, gives you the false perception constantly. This is your body. Just now I proved it to you that your bodies can change. This is your set of parents. Your parents are also temporary, though they are nowhere concerned. Your parents in India, which you were staying just now, then you died and then you were born in Africa. So there you have different set of parents. And then you were born as a fish in South, Antarctica. There you have fish parents. Are these parents the same? Is the wife the same or the husband the same? The children born to the person who is there in India, is it the same as the children born to somebody in Africa or in Antarctica as you progress in your lifetimes? No way. Then why are you taking credit for this body? This is what he says. So please get rid of this ahankara that this is my body. This is my wife. These are my children. This is such a beautiful way of understanding. You have started possessing things. After this, you are going to possess what? Another property in what? Africa? And after that, you are going to have another property in Antarctica? This is my place. No, you can't do that. That is why get rid of this ahankara of yours, the body, the subtle body which says, I am this. One should always remain vigilant by the means as taught by the Shastras or the preceptor, and should completely cut asunder the bondage of the form of the knot in the heart which has been caused by avidya, and that is nescience, and that knot is a reservoir of all previous karmas. Having done so, he may cease to adopt this means. So here what is the king saying? King Rsibhdev is saying, who is Lord himself, Lord Narayana himself. What is he telling his sons? He says, please get rid of this kind of, things that you are thinking that this is mine. Always keep vigilant. By what means? The scriptures and the guru is constantly teaching you, get rid of this body's attachment, get rid of this body's attachment, get rid of this. He's continuously teaching you all. The scriptures are teaching you as well as your guru is teaching you. Cut asunder this bondage in the form of the knot in the heart. The Hridaya Granthi, the knot which keeps you entangled. This is my wife, this is my house, these are my things. Nothing is yours. You have just taken this body. Next body will be something else. After that, it will be something else. You have started taking possessions of useless stuff. And that is why the karma of all your past life continue. Do you get this point? A king, a teacher, or a father who desires to attain to my region of regards my grace as the highest object in life should thus instruct his subjects, pupil, or sons who are ignorant of the truth. He should not get angry with them, deluded as they are with the path of karma. He should direct them to perform karmas. What advantage would a man reap by misdirecting the blind and make them fall into the abyss of samsara? Here Rishabdev is giving an advice to all the people in the world. He is telling the people who are giving these lessons, the teachers and all. So I am getting the lesson. The second person who is getting the lesson is you. Your lesson is very simply this. Your children and the people whom you talk to, they are deluded by nobody's business. Like everybody in your life is deluded. Your own father and mother are deluded. Your own children are deluded. Your own spouse is deluded. All these people are deluded by Maya. So here he says, instruct them about the object in life to perform karmas. Karmas means the actions that need to be performed should be performed. No, I won't do this. No, I won't do that. No, this is not correct. That is not correct. No. What action comes to you naturally, just do it. This is what your instructions should be. So if you have kids and they are doing something wrong, you can stop them. Don't do this. If they are doing something which is going to lead them towards karma, stop them from that kind of a karma. Nishkam karma is what you need to teach them. Karma which doesn't give you future lives. Got it? And they are going to be deluded. Please remember this. Deluded as they are with the path of karma. They don't understand. But you are listening to this satsang, isn't it? So you are understanding what I am saying. So give them the proper advice. Don't tell them that, okay, let us think about it and we will talk about it and we will discuss about it. Don't do that. There is no discussion here. Get rid of the karma right there and then. All right? And please don't misdirect them because they are blind themselves from birth. They don't understand. We have never taught our children and our parents also. See, if you are a spiritual person, it is very important to lead the path of spiritual in a very justified manner. There are people associated with you today. Tell them not to commit any kinds of dangerous acts which will lead them to future lifetimes. It is something which should not be done. All right? So get rid of the desires, the unnecessary desires that they keep on having. I want to do this, I want to do that. When a person has one property, he wants to own 100 properties. A few days ago, there was a video posted. This man is a very rich guy. Rich guy in the sense, he is somewhere in Delhi side. Okay. He is an influencer in Instagram and some other places. This man is having a palatial bungalow. He is standing in the bungalow and he is showing the plot of lands in front of him. And he says, you know what I did? Every month I am buying one property over here. I bought this property in front of my house just now. I have 20 properties in this area. The girl who was interviewing him is asking him, why do you want to own so many properties? He says, you know what? I can then earn money by giving it out on rent or selling it to somebody else. I don't want riffraff to come next to me. What? I don't want wrong kind of people over here. I will only sell it to people whom I think they are very good. Plus, I am interested in making a lot of money. And today I am earning a lot. So I can, I have so much of money, I can buy these properties. Now look at those poor people who may be wanting, not poor in the sense middle class, they may be wanting a small plot so that they can build their house. But this person is sitting on top of it. It's like a dog in the manger attitude. So that he can get rentals from that place. Think about it. Is he committing sin? Yes. He doesn't understand he is committing sin because he is ignorant. And because he is ignorant, he is committing a lot of sins. The more amount that you earn, the more you keep on desiring, desires will lead you to karmic debts which you can never get out of. Never. So, people involved in the samsara have no insight to what lies their real good. Hence, they become overwhelmed with powerful lust for enjoyment of pleasure, desire of objects of sensual enjoyment. They entertain enmity with each other for a particle of insignificant pleasure. Deluded as they have no idea of the unending misery as a result of such hostility. This is a very clear understanding. When you are hostile and when you are angry with somebody in the world, you are committing the biggest sin of all. This sin is so terrible because of your sensual requirements. How can that person talk to me like this? How can the person behave with me like this? Who does he think he is? Who does she think she is? When we say these words, when we express anger and when we express these kinds of dangerous emotions, we are getting trapped in the world of karma. What is the point of getting angry with people? Everything happens by the will of God. Why do you think that that person has done something to you? Think about it. You are at test just now, not them. They are ignorant people, they don't understand. But you understand spirituality. Then why are you angry? I hope you are getting this. People who are involved in this samsara, they have no insight in what is their real good and bad. What is going to happen also, they have no idea. They have no idea of unending misery. Just because of your anger and your upsets and the way you behave, they entertain enmity with each other for a particle of insignificant pleasure. They are deluded, no doubt, and they are going to suffer very badly. This is written. Who is explaining this? Rsibhdev. Seeing an ignorant person steeped in nescience, what learned and compassionate person who himself knows the truth will misdirect him on the wrong path, just as one does not lead astray a blind man who has missed his way. Second most important part is, if you don't know and you don't understand, you don't have to give advice to anybody. Keep quiet. Don't get involved in action. But if you were to give wrong advice to someone, not only is that person going to suffer, but you are also going to suffer. So the idea is not to get involved in these kind of things. So don't try to send somebody on the wrong path. He who would not, as an incompetent to liberate a person, okay, whether he is a pupil, relative or whoever, a wife or a devotee, from involvement in samsara, is not a real preceptor, even though they claim to be, or a real relative, father or mother or husband or deity. If a preceptor would not or is incapable of leading the pupil to liberation, he should not claim preceptorship and accept anyone as a pupil, and the pupil should disown such a teacher and leave him. Similarly, a man should not procreate a child, or a mother should not accept one in a womb if he or she is incompetent to guide the child to salvation. There is no sin in disowning such a father or a mother, as was done by Prahlada in case of his father and Bharata about his mother Kaikeyi. Such a deity is not a real deity and should not accept worship from a devotee, and a devotee should ignore such a deity as done by Khatwanga. These are stories which will tell you something. So I will explain this verse very slowly. First and foremost, if there is an incompetent person, half-baked knowledge, somebody who doesn't understand anything, somebody who is not even a master or a guru, please don't take teachings from this person. Throw that person out of your life. See, think like this. Today, if you are learning, say, science or technology or something from an average or a below average person, why are you continuing to learn from that person? See, in my world, I have taught people something. Don't try to push things on your own near and dear ones by, undercutting and doing something wrong. If you want to learn cricket, go to the best teacher in the world. There is a very beautiful story of Venus Williams and her father. It's called King Richards. King Richards went to all the great stars and he said, please teach my daughters. If you are going to take a teacher who is below average, who doesn't understand anything, why are you doing it? It is a sin for you. Please understand this. So if you are trying to teach your children or yourself something from a below average person, don't do that. Recently there was a case where one person, he came and he said that I can teach singing. I saw the way this person was behaving and he had no regards and the way in which you have to respect music. I told Rajma, stop his classes. It's not required for you to do these classes because this is not a right person. And then she connected with one very beautiful lady. She's a goddess of music. She was in Bangalore. I think she must have gone back again. I told her, take tuitions from her. She is good. She comes from a very good background. See, we try to take learning from average and below average people. Never do that. So, in a similar fashion, spirituality should not be learnt from people who have half-baked ideas. Even enlightened masters who teach you. Are you getting this point? There are lots of people in the world. Nobody teaches. Nobody teaches. People look at these YouTube videos and they think that, okay, this person is teaching. No, they are not teaching you. You are just looking at one video and feeling overwhelmed with it. There is no point in getting overwhelmed with it. This is what he says. He who is not or is incompetent to liberate a person. Do you have a master who can liberate you from this samsara? Or does he tell you to, do some kind of a puja, a part and all kinds of nonsense? No. If you have a guru who is teaching you how to get enlightened, how to get out of this cycle of nescience, that is ignorance that you have, that is the master. Learn from this kind of a master. Rsibhdev is telling, Rsibhdev is an avatar of Narayana and he is telling his sons who are already enlightened people, learn from masters who can who can give you enlightenment, lead you out of this misery of darkness. Got it? Not somebody whom you might have met once or twice in your life. I have people in my world whom I have seen. Oh, I went to Shirdi. I went to this place. I went to that place. I got one lesson over there. I got one lesson over there. What lesson you got? Has that person held your hands and taught you something? No. That way you can go and stand in front of any monument also. On the monument there will be something written. These people died for our country. It's a very good thing. Learn from that line. You can also die for your country. Is that called going towards liberation? No, no. So don't take lessons from people who have no value, useless kind of people. He says this. You see, for involvement is not a real preceptor or a real relative. Now, relative is who I'll tell you. You have your parents, they will say to you, oh, this fellow is not good, that fellow is not good, as if they are some great preceptors themselves. Who are they to advise you? In my own world, I have seen some mothers and fathers trying to advise their children, don't go to this Guruji, he's a useless fellow. Spouses and children and everybody is saying these kind of things. Are they enlightened masters? Are they teachers? He is saying this. If don't go to this kind of relatives, father, mother, husband or whoever. If you have a husband who is telling you, oh, I am the great one. Sorry boss, you are not the great one. Are you giving liberation to your own wife or your own daughter or son? You yourself are entangled in the world 24/7. You want to eat, drink, sleep, watch TV, roam around, drink, and this all kinds of nonsense you want to do. And on top of it, you are advising your children, don't do this, don't do that, read the scriptures, go to this temple. They are telling lies to you. That is what he says. Okay. If a preceptor would not or is incapable of leading the pupil to liberation, he should not claim preceptorship or accept anyone as his pupil. Even in my world, I don't accept people as my pupil only for one reason. If they are useless people, I don't want them with me. That is why I throw out almost everybody. They are worthless. You have to be really very good. You have to continue and persist continuously. If you are coming for a day or two and then thinking, oh, tomorrow is a holiday, day after tomorrow is this, and I will come next week and I will come, you are not worthy pupil. And then I am not a worthy teacher if I am telling you, it's okay, we'll do this, it's okay. There is no okay in this world. You want liberation, you want to get out of this material world. Remember, next life of yours, you're going to be born in Africa or some such place. You will have another husband or a wife over there, ugly looking. Please don't do that. Or after that, you will have fish and maybe after that, elephant or some donkey. What is this? What makes you think that this is your life? So, he should not claim preceptorship or accept anyone as a pupil. And the pupil should disown this teacher. In my own place, Rajma's parents were very much against. She disowned them. They are not worthy of giving lessons to anybody. They are not enlightened masters. They are not somebody who is teaching people how to reach liberation. This is very important. And if you have some idiot in your life who is advising you, don't do this, don't do that, this person is not good, that person, what do they know about spirituality? Have they even read one scripture? Do they even know God? They are misleading you. They are putting you into a gutter. So, similarly, a man should not procreate a child, or a mother should not accept one in her womb if he or she is incompetent to guide the child to salvation. Why do people want to create children? Think about it. If you cannot lead your children into good life, teaching them about God and all that, what is the point in having children then? If you are telling your children, oh, it's okay, go and become Americans. know why. Today, instead of having our regular idli, dosa, vada, sambar, roti, shoti and all that, no. Go and eat all the foreign food over there. You are supposed to eat fries and you're supposed... We are Indians. Even the Americans don't have fries, by the way. They have also borrowed it from Europe somewhere. They also borrowed burger and pizza from Europe. It's not their food. But still, look at the conditions of theirs and look at your condition today. You see fat children in your house or children with diseases? It's because you people are not paying attention. It is the duty of the father and the mother to lead the child towards salvation. This is what he says. Similarly, a man should not procreate a child, or a mother should not accept one in her womb if he or she is incompetent to guide the child to salvation. And then he says some words to the child, to you also. There is no sin in disowning such a father or a mother as it was done by Prahlada. If you have a father and a mother who is telling you all wrong things, your job is to disown them. Prahlada could do, and you are interested in going and listening to these idiots? See, any person in your life who is telling you that this is wrong and that is wrong, and the spiritual is all about this and that, please don't listen to that crap. They are not leading you into salvation or realization. They are putting you into the gutters of this world. There is no sin in disowning such a father and a mother as was done by Prahlada in case of his father, and a Bharata about his own mother Kaikai. Even Bharat from Ramayana, I'm sure you know that. His mother was a villainous person. He disowned her. If your own mother and father are misbehaving like this, please disown them. If you are behaving like this, your children are going to disown you. Please understand this. Such a deity is not a real deity and should not accept worship from a devotee, and a devotee should ignore such a deity as done by Khatwanga. Again, we become devotees to some god and something like that. I pray to this Devi, I pray to that Devi, I pray to this Bhagwan, that Bhagwan. What is this Bhagwan and Devi you are doing? These deities are not going to lead you anywhere. Jai Mata Di. Who is this Jai Mata Di? Who is this? They don't even know who Jai Mata Di is, who is Govinda. Nobody is questioned. See, understand one thing. If you love Govinda or if you love Mataji, they have to lead you towards salvation and realization. Otherwise, there is no point. Such a deity is not a real deity, and we should not accept worship from a devotee, and a devotee should ignore such a deity as it was done by Khatwanga. Khatwanga is one of the persons that we are going to meet in this very beautiful scripture. This body of mine is beyond comprehension, for my heart is definitely pure, unalloyed, sattva, wherein abides righteousness and dharma. Since non-righteousness has been already expelled by me far behind, the noble ones call me Rishabha. So Rsibhdev is telling, see, I have got out of this gutter. Okay? I know very well that this is not my body. I have just taken this body for the sake of being here and teaching you people. Okay? And my heart is pure. Ask your own parents or whoever is advising you. Do you think their heart is pure? They have million desire. I want this property. I want this gold. I want this thing to be done. What is this? I want desires. These people have a lot of desires in the world. They should never be accepted. Your job is to throw these people out of your life. So he says you got to have purity of heart. And you should have unalloyed sattva just like I am having. I am Rishabhdev. All of you are born from my heart. You should therefore, without entertaining any jealousy, serve your brother, the noble-minded Bharata. He will render service. That will render service unto me and will be protecting the subjects. So now enters his elder son Bharata. So he is telling 99 others who are his children, please consider Bharata as the real heir. And I want all of you all to support him. Amongst the animate and the inanimate created beings, creepers are extremely superior. Higher than these creepers are reptiles, which move from place to place. Better than these are beasts, which are gifted with intelligence. Superior to them are human beings. Higher than men are pramathas, and to whom the superior Gandharvas and Siddhas. Higher than these are followers of gods such as Kinnaras. Higher than these are Asuras, to whom gods whose leader is Indra are superior. Greater than these are Daksha and other sons of God Brahma. Among them, Shiva is the greatest. Brahma is superior to God Shiva, whose power of birth is derived from Brahma. I am superior to Brahma. So he has given the gradation in this. Okay. He says the lowest of the beings are the creepers. You know, all the small trees that are there, creepers that are there in your garden, wherever. And then higher than these are reptiles. Reptiles, which are those creatures which are moving around. Then higher than these are beasts which are gifted with intelligence. There are lots of beasts which are having intelligence, like the cow and all that. They have intelligence. Okay. Superior to them are human beings. Beyond those are human beings. And higher than the human beings are Gandharvas. They come from Gandharvas, Pramathas. These are called goblins and spirits. Okay? Gandharvas and Pramathas. Higher than human being are they. And then superior to Gandharvas are Siddhas. So higher than Gandharvas are Siddhas. And higher than these are Kinnaras. Higher than Siddhas are Kinnaras. And higher than these are Asuras. Can you imagine? Asura is so high. Huh? They are higher than the Siddhas also. That is why gods couldn't defeat them many a times, isn't it? And higher than them is Indradev. Higher than Indradev is Daksha. And then his Brahma comes. Other son of God Brahma. Among them, Lord Shiva is greater. So Shiva is greater than all these people. Brahmaji is there. Brahma is superior to Shiva. Okay? Brahma is superior to God Shiva. And I am superior to even Brahmaji. So Rishabhdev, who is none other than Narayana, Vishnu himself, says, I am superior to Brahmaji. Brahmaji is superior to Shiva. Shiva is superior to all other beings that I mentioned just now. O Brahmanas, I do not regard any other being as comparable, equal to the Brahmanas. I cannot see any other being superior to them. I do not enjoy the oblations offered to the sacrifice fire with such that much relish as I enjoy to the full the food liberally offered by men to these Brahmanas with faith. So what is he saying over here? Brahmanas are the knowers of Brahma. Not the Brahmana with the Janevu and all that. No, no, no. They are not enlightened people. Here, Brahmanas are being mentioned as somebody who is an enlightened person. So he says, the highest among all these is the person who knows me very well. That is the Brahmana. So he says, all the oblations offered, whatever that you offer to any god in this world, any god for that matter, any person also in that world, it is inferior. But if you were to offer this sacrifice to these Brahmanas, okay, especially food, with faith, it is the greatest, good that you have done to yourself. So, making these Brahmanas eat food, giving them donations and charity and all that is the most important thing. So knowledgeable people, that is knowledgeable in terms of spirituality. So spiritually perfect people are those whom we can give food and other items to. All right. It is the Brahmanas who have maintained the world of my glories, ancient eternal bodies in the Vedas. In them are found the 8 great excellencies, such as sanction, sattva, tranquility of mind, control of senses, and all that. Who can be superior to these Brahmanas? So, these Brahmanas, these enlightened masters, are the ones who are the repository of all the goodness in the world. So, who can be greater than them? Though destitute of everything, Brahmanas who cherish deep devotion to me seek nothing at all from me. Although I am superior to Brahma, possess infinite power, etc., and am competent to confer heavenly blessings and liberation, how can they crave for any other blessing like kingdom, etc.? So here he is talking about these enlightened people, masters, sages, and saints. They don't have any desires. They never say, I want this or I want that. If you try to give them also, they will say, no, I don't want. Simple. It is because of this reason that they are the highest in the world. Are you getting the point? So he says, they are superior to Brahmaji also. They possess, and what exactly are they looking for? They are not asking for anything, including when they look at me, they are not saying, give me some power, I want this, I want that. They don't ask for anything in this world. That is why they are the superior of everything. Oh, my sons, at every step you should look upon mobile and immobile beings as my place of residence. That alone is the real worship, by whose mind sight is prejudiced by jealousy, etc. So, here he is saying, your job is to do discrimination in the world. I am there in everything in this world. Just look at everything as a representation of the Lord alone, me alone. That is all that you need to do. And once you do that, you will understand the true meaning of the word spirituality. So we have come to the end of verse 26 and we will stop over here for today.